All right, welcome back to Snapbook, the show where we like to break down a powerful book, get to the real meat of it
Yeah,
without taking up, hours and hours of your time.
that's right. Get right to the juicy bits.
And today we're diving into Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi.
Oh, this is a good one.
It's a classic, right? Like, I feel like everyone talks about it, but,
Yeah.
have people actually read the whole thing? I don't know.
Well, we have.
We have. So for those of you who haven't, you're in the right place because we're going to
Buckle up.
give you the core message of this book and then break down, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10
Yes, okay.
key insights. So at its heart, Never Eat Alone is all about relationships.
It really is.
And not just any relationships, but like genuine,
Yeah, real.
supportive ones that
That's
are
fun. Yeah.
built on this like foundation of generosity.
Yeah,
Right?
it's not just about what you can get from other people.
No.
It's about how we can make each other successful.
Yeah, like we rise together kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And, we always say this, but it's especially true in today's world.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is, so connected, but can also feel
So isolating.
really isolating.
Yeah.
So having that strong network can really make all the difference in the world.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, so let's dive into the first key insight. And this is one Ferrazzi hits on right away.
Yeah.
It's relationships are fundamental
Fundamental.
to, like, everything.
Everything.
He basically says, like, forget this whole myth of the rugged individualist,
Yeah.
lone wolf kind of thing.
Gone are the days.
Because everything, literally everything, exists in relation to other things.
That's so true when you think about it.
Yeah, like even just on a practical level, right? Like we rely
That's
on
completely.
other people for so many things.
From the food we eat to the clothes we wear.
Yeah, it's like our
Very survival.
our jobs, our well-being, like it's all connected.
Everything is intertwined.
So shifting away from that, I focus.
To a we focus. That's where the real power is.
That's where the magic happens.
Yeah, because when you recognize that interconnectedness,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you can start to really unlock the power.
Of collaboration.
Yeah, and mutual support.
And that leads to success.
Right. Okay, so building on that idea of interconnectedness,
Yeah.
the next big insight is the power of generosity.
Oh, this is a big one.
And this is where, like, Ferrazzi really flips the script on traditional networking.
He does.
Because he basically says, like, straight up, don't keep score.
Don't keep score.
Don't keep track of every little favor.
Like a spreadsheet.
Yeah, like, who did what for who?
No.
Because true networking isn't about that tit-for-tat mentality.
Right.
It's about giving more than you get.
It's about giving freely.
And being genuinely invested in.
The success of others.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, not just what can you get from someone,
Exactly.
but what can you do to help them
To lift them up.
achieve their goals, right?
Yeah. And it's amazing how that comes back around.
It really does.
It's not always a direct return,
Right.
but the goodwill you build by being generous, it creates these ripples.
Yeah, and, like, you never know how those ripples will come back to you.
Exactly.
Sometimes in the most unexpected ways.
It's the long game.
It is, and it's so much more powerful than that transactional,
Very short-sighted.
yeah, like, I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine.
Right. That's not what we're talking about.
No, this is about building real, meaningful, lasting relationships.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the next insight moves us from this, like, philosophy of generosity to, like, how do we actually put this into practice?
Let's get practical.
Yeah, so it's have a mission
A mission.
and a relationship action plan.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, so Ferrazzi is really big on this idea that, like,
Yeah.
networking shouldn't be this random thing.
No, it has to have a purpose.
It has to have a purpose.
Yeah.
So first, figure out your passions.
That you're passionate about.
Yeah, like, what are you actually excited about?
What gets you up in the morning?
Yeah, and then define your mission.
Where are you headed?
Like, what do you want to achieve in the world?
What's your big goal?
And once you have that clear, then you can start to build a strategic plan
Okay.
for the relationships that will actually help you get there.
So it's targeted networking.
It is. It is. So the relationship action plan has, like, 3 main parts.
Okay.
First, you define your goals.
Specific.
Very specific goals, and they have to be tied to your mission, right?
Right. So they're aligned with your big picture.
Yes. And Ferrazzi's big on setting effective goals.
Effective goal.
Yeah. So he has this whole acronym, WSBCD.
I love a good acronym.
I know, right? So it stands for written down.
Okay, so you have to write them down.
Yeah, specific. So not just like be successful.
Vague goals get you nowhere.
Right, but like I want to get promoted to senior manager.
Much more specific.
Yeah, believable.
Okay.
So, like, you have to believe you can achieve them.
You have to have faith in yourself.
Yeah, challenge
They
you.
got to push you a little bit.
Yeah, they can't be too easy.
Get you out of your comfort zone.
Right, and then demanding.
Demanding of what?
So they require consistent effort.
So it's not just setting the goal and then forgetting about it.
No, it's about putting in the work.
Day in and day out.
Yeah, day in and day out. Okay, so that's the first part of the relationship action plan, setting those goals.
Okay, that's a good start.
Then the second part is identifying the people.
People.
Yeah, and the places and the resources
Talk
that can
about
help
it.
you actually achieve those goals.
So mapping out your network.
It is. It is. And this is where, like, you think about your existing network.
Yeah, who do you already know?
Yeah, and then who do you need to meet?
Who are those key players?
Yeah, who are those people who could really open doors for you?
The connectors.
The connectors, the mentors.
The experts in your field.
Yeah, exactly. And then the third part of the plan is how are you going to connect with those people?
All right, so the outreach strategy.
Yeah, so this is where you're thinking about, like, what events are you going to attend?
Okay.
What organizations are you going to join?
What online platforms will you use?
How are you going to introduce yourself?
Yeah, how are you going to get on their radar?
And Ferrazzi also mentions this idea of a personal board of advisors.
Ooh, tell me more about this.
Yeah, so it's basically like a group of people that you trust
Okay.
who can provide you with guidance and support.
Like mentors.
Like mentors, yeah, and accountability.
to keep you on track.
Yes,
Okay.
to make sure you're actually, following through on your plan.
That's so important.
It is. So all of this together, like this relationship action plan,
Yeah.
really takes networking from this like casual thing
Right.
to a strategic tool.
A tool for success.
Yes,
Yeah.
it becomes a way to intentionally build the relationships that will help you
Achieve your dreams.
achieve your dreams. Yeah. All right. So the next key insight, and this is all about timing.
Ooh. Timing is everything.
It is, and it's build your network before you need it.
Before you need it.
Don't wait until you're desperate.
Yeah, like when you're already in a job search.
Yeah, or you're looking for funding for your business.
Oh, you need a big favor.
Because then it's too late.
It's too transactional then.
It is. People can smell it a mile away.
Desperation is not attractive.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. So instead, focus on building genuine relationships
And you were.
based on shared interests.
Shared interest.
An authentic connection.
Not just on what you need from them.
Yes, like approach people with a genuine interest in who they are
Okay.
and what they do.
Yeah, like what makes them tick?
Yeah, and like how can you help them?
Right. How can you add value to their lives?
Because when you do that,
When you lead with generosity,
you're laying the groundwork for a supportive network.
it's already there.
It's already there, yeah, before you even need to ask for anything.
It's like you're planting seeds
Yes, it's that long-term investment
in people.
in people, exactly. Okay, so the next insight tackles a big hurdle for a lot of people. It's embrace audacity in outreach.
Audacity. That sounds scary.
I know, but it's essential
Okay.
because Ferrazzi argues that, like, the fear of rejection,
The fear of rejection.
that's what holds so many people back.
It's a real barrier.
It is.
Mhm.
It is. So we have to be willing to put ourselves out there.
Even if it feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, even if it feels scary,
It
because
does.
the worst that can happen
The worst that can happen.
is someone says no
Okay.
or they don't respond.
That's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
No, it's just one person.
It's just one person. And, the fear of embarrassment,
Yeah.
it often looms way larger than the fear of actual failure.
That's so true.
It is. And, like, inaction guarantees missed opportunities.
That's a good point.
Like, if you don't reach out, you'll never know what could have been.
You'll never know.
So Ferrazzi suggests aiming to connect with at least one new person.
One new person.
Yeah, each week.
Each week.
Just as a way to, like, build that muscle of,
Courageous outreach.
yeah, like, get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah. Desensitize yourself to rejection.
Because you never know, that one new connection
Yeah.
could lead to something amazing.
It could change your life.
It could. All right, so now we've talked a lot about what to do.
Right.
But Ferrazzi also dedicates a lot of time to what not to do.
What not to do.
And this is where he talks about avoiding being a
A networking jerk.
networking jerk. Yeah,
There's a few of those.
I think we all have.
Yeah.
So he lays out these really important principles
Okay.
for building those positive,
Interesting.
lasting relationships.
Okay, let's hear them.
Okay, so first and foremost, be genuine.
Be yourself.
Be yourself, yeah.
Because people can spot a phony a mile away.
They can. So, like, don't schmooze,
No schmoozing.
no BS.
Just be real.
Just be real, yeah.
Hmm.
Second, Offer value in every interaction.
Value.
So don't just be a taker.
Don't just be there to get something.
Right. Always think about how you can contribute
How can you help?
to the conversation, to the relationship.
To the other person's goals.
Right. Always be thinking about that.
And then third, treat everyone with respect.
Everyone.
Yeah, regardless of their title,
Their position.
their perceived status. Right.
Right. Treat everyone like they're the CEO.
Yeah, because you never know who's connected to who.
Exactly.
And like, karma is real.
Karma is real.
So like, be nice to everyone.
Be kind.
Be kind. Yeah. And then he also talks about being transparent.
Transparent.
Yeah. So like, don't gossip.
No, God.
Don't play games.
No games.
Just be upfront and honest.
Be straightforward.
Yeah. Because ultimately the goal here
The goal
is to build real friendships, not just a Rolodex of contacts.
Right. It's about quality over quantity.
It is. And like when you build those genuine friendships, that's when you create that trust.
And those relationships that endure.
Yes, exactly. All right. So when it comes to actually reaching out,
Okay. The outreach.
Ferrazzi is a big proponent of warm calls.
Warm call over cold calls.
Cold calls are the worst.
They are. They are. So he gives this whole strategic approach
Okay,
for making those effective introductions.
I need help with this.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
So the key here is leveraging your existing network
Okay.
to create that bridge.
To warm up the contact.
Yeah. So you're not just reaching out to a stranger.
You have a mutual connection.
Exactly. So he has 4 rules for warming up your outreach.
Okay, I'm ready.
Number 1, establish credibility.
Credibility.
Yeah, by mentioning that mutual connection.
So name dropping
Kind of, but in a good way.
in a way that shows you're already connected.
Yes, like so-and-so suggested I reach out.
Okay, so that gives you some street cred.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Number 2, state your value proposition up front.
Value proposition.
Yeah, so like what's in it for them?
Why should they care?
Why should they even bother responding to your email?
You have to be clear about that.
Yeah, you have to make it crystal clear.
Okay.
Number 3, impart a sense of urgency and convenience.
Convenient.
So like make it easy for them to say yes.
Don't make them jump through hoops.
Right, like are you available for a quick call next week?
Or maybe a virtual coffee.
Yeah, something like that.
Keep simple.
Keep it simple. And then number 4, be prepared to compromise
Compromise.
for a follow-up.
Okay.
So like if they're not available when you suggest,
Be flexible.
be flexible, yeah. And perhaps most importantly, be persistent.
Persistent but respectful.
Persistent but respectful.
Yeah, so like don't give up after one email.
Right, follow up a couple of times.
Yeah, but don't be annoying.
No stalking.
No stalking, no. So this whole approach, like warming up the call,
Yeah.
it's way more effective than just cold outreach.
Because it builds on that existing trust.
Right.
And it shows that you're not just spamming everyone.
Exactly. You're being thoughtful and intentional.
I like it.
All right. So once you've made that connection,
Okay.
Ferrazzi stresses the importance of,
Follow up.
Right.
Follow up. He even has a whole chapter titled Follow Up or Fail.
oh, he's serious about this.
He is serious about this.
So what's the key here?
So prompt and thoughtful follow up.
Prompt.
Ideally within 12 to 24 hours.
That's pretty quick.
It is, but it shows that you value their time.
Yeah. It shows you're serious.
And that you're actually interested in building that relationship.
not just collecting business cards.
Exactly. So whether it's a personalized email
Okay.
or a handwritten note.
Ooh, handwritten notes are classy.
They are. They stand out.
They do.
The focus should always be on what you can do for them.
Okay.
Not what they can do for you.
So reinforcing that generosity.
Exactly. Exactly. Because consistent follow-up,
Yeah.
that's what transforms those initial contacts
Yeah.
into meaningful,
Long-term.
long-term relationships.
Got it.
Okay, so Ferrazzi also provides this whole playbook
Oh, playbook.
for navigating conferences.
Conferences can be overwhelming.
They can. And it's be a conference commando.
Conference commando, I love it.
I know, right? It's a great visual.
It is.
So this is all about maximizing your networking opportunities
Okay.
at these events.
Because it's easy to get lost in the shuffle.
It is. So it's about moving beyond passive attendance.
Right.
Like, don't just show up and hope for the best.
No, have a plan.
Have a plan, yes. So first, set clear goals.
Goals for the conference.
Yes, for the conference, like who do you want to meet
All right.
and why?
Why do you want to meet them?
Yeah, like what do you hope to gain from that interaction?
Be strategic.
Key strategic. Second, evaluate the ROI.
Return on investment.
Yeah, like is this conference actually worth your time and money?
Sometimes they're not.
Sometimes they're not, yeah. Third, look for opportunities to contribute.
To contribute.
Yeah, so like maybe offer to help the organizers or consider speaking.
Speaking is a great way to get visibility.
It is. It is. Or even just like host a small dinner.
A dinner party.
Yeah, to foster those deeper connections.
I like that.
Yeah. It's a great way to get to know people outside of that like formal conference setting.
More intimate.
More intimate, yeah. So by being proactive
Proactive.
and identifying those target individuals,
Okay.
you can turn conferences into these powerful networking accelerators.
Conference commando in action.
Yes. All right, so our final key insight focuses on expanding your reach
Expanding your reach
and doing it efficiently.
efficiently.
And it's leverage mutual connections.
Mutual connections.
So this is about connecting people within your network.
Connecting people I know with other people I know.
Exactly. And the idea here is that, like, if you introduce two people
Okay.
who could mutually benefit from knowing each other,
Right.
you're not only adding value to their lives.
You're a connector.
You're a connector, yeah, but you're also strengthening your own position.
As a valuable resource.
Exactly. But the crucial element here
The crucial element.
is ensuring that there's genuine potential
Potential for what?
for mutual benefit.
Okay.
So, like, don't just connect people randomly.
It has to be a good fit.
It has to be
Right.
a good fit, yeah. And you have to trust both individuals
Trust them to what?
to treat each other well.
Okay.
Because if you introduce someone who's, like, a jerk,
Yeah.
that reflects poorly on you.
Right. It damages your reputation.
It does, it does. So be thoughtful about those connections.
Be intentional.
Be intentional, yeah. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Never Eat Alone,
Yeah.
the core message is loud and clear.
What's that?
Building genuine, generous relationships.
Genuine, generous.
That's not just a tactic.
Who?
It's the foundation of lasting success.
In all areas of life.
In all areas of life, yes. All right, so for your final actionable takeaway,
Okay, hit me with it.
and this is inspired by Ferrazzi's emphasis on
Yeah.
continuous learning and sharing.
I like it.
Try this. Choose one key idea
One key idea.
that resonated with you
Okay.
from a recent article or book.
Okay, I got it.
Summarize it in one concise sentence.
One sentence, that's a challenge.
I know, but it's good practice.
Yeah.
And then proactively share that idea
Share it.
with at least 2 people in your network this week.
2 people.
Yeah, and make it one close connection,
Okay.
and then someone you'd like to get to know better.
Okay, someone new.
Someone new, yeah. And just send them a brief note.
Like an email.
Yeah, an email, a text, whatever,
Okay.
explaining why you thought it might be relevant to them.
So it's a personalized recommendation.
It is. It is. And it's just a simple way to embody that spirit of generosity.
Yeah. And spark new conversations.
And connections.
I like it.
So consider this.
Okay.
How will you proactively cultivate and nurture your relationships this week?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What small, generous act can you take
A small act.
to strengthen your network and contribute to the success
Of those around you.
of those around you? Yes, the potential impact,
The potential impact.
both personally and professionally, is
Yeah.
huge.
Immense.
So go out there and make those connections.
Build those relationships.
And never eat alone.
Never eat alone.
Thanks for listening.
See you next time.